welcome back to Coastal Buddy, where today I'm at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. That thing in the distance, Aviktas. It's a VIP ride preview day today. It's the first one, it's Sunday the 10th of May, and so hopefully we're going to get on for a few rides, but it's looking very busy. It's definitely been oversold because there was a good few hundred people waiting outside the entrance. I waited 30 minutes just to get scanned in to get my little lanyard here for the first riders of Aviktas. But yeah, it's very busy. Hopefully I'll get on at least twice, but I'm already in the pre-queue, which is just waiting outside the hub because that's where you enter for the ride preview. But yeah, it's looking really exciting. I'm hopefully going to get round on some rides this afternoon and then also go look at the Aviktas merch, and you know I'll probably be picking some of it up because it looks great and I love the colour scheme. So yeah, I'll get back to you when the ride starts to open. You're not allowed to film in the ride area, unfortunately, so I'll have to give you my thoughts after the preview event has finished, which is at 1 PM. You get one hour of extended ride time where you get the ride to yourself, although can we say that when you're sharing it with so many people? But yeah, we'll see how it goes, and then hopefully we'll get on some rides because I haven't even been on the big one yet this year and it's a perfect day for it, so we'll see. But I'll catch up with you in a bit.
Gadgets, mate.
Oh my days, look at that. Oh my goodness.
Everybody, this is what I'm going on. What am I doing to myself?
Oh my. Woo.
Yeah, it looks fun.
Hey mate, you going on it?
Absolutely men. Okay, so we're gathered now in the hub area. There's a lot of people out here. I'm guessing that when these gates open in front of me here, they're going to ask us to take all these cameras down and shut our phones off. I'm not entirely sure how this is getting enforced, but honestly it was brilliant. I'm sure you could hear it in that clip I just showed. Like my reaction, wow, it looks absolutely insane. It looks beautiful as well, especially against this nice blue sky as well. I'm very excited to get on this, so we'll see when we do. It's just gone 11, so we might even get the extended ride time a bit earlier than 12. They did tell us to get here for 11 though, half 11 at the latest. But yeah, very excited.
Okay. Alright, let's get the serious bit out of the way first. So, when these doors open, no filming, no photography, no nothing. When you're back in here, that's fine, but in there, nothing. If you're one of these people that have got these super modern glasses, you can't bring them in, the ones you can film with. Alright, so that's the serious bit over with. You all clear on that? You all clear on that? Yeah! Good. Who's ready to swing to 138 feet? Who's ready for a fab moment of weightlessness? Who's ready for up to 4 Gs? Who's ready to ride Aviktas?
Oh yeah!
Let's get on with it then, guys.
That we got. Let me just put it on the ground here. So we got 2 posters and it's a poster and a certificate. Wow, I'm gonna have to go out of this area because the music is so loud, but genuinely, Aviktas, if you can come ride it, do it. It's genuinely phenomenal. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to catch a cycle really well from here, so I'll try to get some more footage, but wow, I'll give you some more detailed thoughts in a minute. So I've just left the hub area and honestly my knees were very wobbly after getting off that. Actually, from off-ride it doesn't look like that long of a cycle. I'd say it's like over a minute long, like maybe bordering on 2 minutes. I couldn't really tell. It felt longer when I was on there, but it's a great cycle. And the spin means that you get a mix of like facing directly down and then also being right at the top when like it feels like you're gonna like fall back out. It's honestly, genuinely, like it's got to be the best flat ride in the UK. It's so forceful. Like they warned us it was going to be 4G, but let me tell you, my cheeks were like pulling back against my face. There were some really intense forces on there. And there's a lot of air time. I have to say that the lap bar restraints are really comfortable on there. Like the whole thing, the build quality is fab. Like I felt really snug in there and it was just really great. The ride ops were fab as well. But like just the overall experience, I've never done a gyro swing before, so I didn't know what to expect. But yeah, I'm telling you, this is going to be a hit when it opens on May 21st because it's got a lot of kick to it. It's very fast. It gets going very quickly as well. You start with a little bit of a swing and then you feel the boosters kick in and then you're off. Like, there is no stopping it after that point. But yeah, I highly recommend coming down when it opens to get a ride on this because it's a big ticket thrill item, and I think it stands out against even things like Icon. Like, this will be one of the things that you want to tick off for your thrills. Well, it seems like today is a day of spinning because I just had a brilliant ride on Enzo. Still a fiver, which I think is a great decision. Here she comes. What a beauty. But now I've had some time to think, I feel like I should give a slightly more structured review of Aviktas. So of course we weren't able to film in the ride area, which now definitely makes sense because it's gorgeous. The landscaping they've done, it's come together so quickly, like genuinely. It looks amazing around there. I can't wait for people to see it, and that big reveal on opening day will be awesome. Like, they've done such a good job with it. It all looks so polished and clean. It's a bit like how Icon looks. It's full of nice planters, and it's so neatly presented. And then just like a short cattle pen queue line before you get on the ride, and then it's split into two halves. I couldn't really quite figure out how this loading system works, but it seemed efficient. One side loads one half and then the other side loads the other. Icon again. And then once you're on the ride, you're in these nice, like, comfy, they're not like bucket seats, however they are quite like slanted back, so they're very comfortable and quite spacious. And then you have like a smallish clamshell restraint. It's just a lap bar with some metal bars on the side for you to hold on to. Really comfortable. And then once the ride starts going, you have the great soundtrack pumping out. They weren't playing the soundtrack when they were loading it. I think that's just while they get used to it. And then once it starts going, yeah, it gets going very fast. It doesn't take very long for it to reach maximum speed. It's whoa. And when you're up there, it just feels huge, and the views out towards the rest of the park are breathtaking. You realise just how high up you are when that happens. And then also the views out to sea, like, it's such a beautiful ride when you're on it, but then when you're facing right down at the floor, that 138 feet of swing really comes into perspective because it feels like a long way down. And then when you're up there facing up towards the sky, that is huge. Like, you really feel like, I don't even know if it is beyond vertical. I believe that it said that it has a 120-degree swing, which, yeah, is definitely a lot. But yeah, you have 4G of forces, which you can definitely feel when you get right to the bottom of that swing. That's when it really kicks in and it feels incredibly forceful. I'm talking, my cheeks were pulling to the back of my face. The G-forces are really a highlight. I didn't get as much airtime as I maybe would have liked, but then again, I don't think I was paying attention to that because of just how thrilling it was. Like, I was really feeling it. It was massively forceful. And there was one swing where I almost just wanted it to stop because it was so intense. Like, I think that's what makes the ride so special, is like, it's very intense, it's very thrilling, but it's also got a mix of the two. I feel like Toxicator, its airtime doesn't come without the huge G-force that almost makes me grey out every time. I feel like Aviktas kind of has that balance in a mix of the two. But yeah, I do think that this is going to be a very popular ride when it opens. Like, it just rides so smooth, it's so quiet, apart from obviously the people on it. It's got a capacity of 40 riders, so it's definitely going to chug through those queues, and especially with splitting the queues into two. There's a fairly small baggage area, like, it's just a couple of cubby holes, that works just fine. But yeah, it's great. I'm so excited for people to get on it from the public. But yeah. Just here outside the ghost train. There was one thing I didn't touch on about the event, and that was the organisation. As much as the ride and its presentation were brilliant, there were obviously some teething issues, and the event wasn't organised as well as it probably could have been. For example, it was just queuing way outside the park. you know, obviously it was going to be a popular event. However, they told us that we'd need to book our time slot really early because they were going to cap it. It didn't seem like it had been capped very well because the queue was just massive, and Aviktas was still operating way into 1 o'clock when we were meant to have extended ride time from 12 while 1. That also leads me on to the point of, I said I wanted 2 rides on it, and as much as 1 was enough, I was quite satiated with 1 because it is very intense. However, we weren't allowed re-rides because of how busy it was. So when we were told in the email 12 while 1 Aviktas was all hours, it wasn't, because we were guided straight out after our 1 ride. Only the first group of riders to get on were able to have a second turn. It's honestly, it's okay by me, just purely because I felt like I'd done enough of it with the 1. Obviously on opening day I'll want to re-ride it so I can kind of flesh out my thoughts about it. Because obviously I have no complaints about the ride. Best flat ride in the UK. It's phenomenal, like genuinely, and it's presented so well. You know, obviously there were some teething issues with getting the ride actually loaded on. There were times where it was coming up to 10 minutes of people being loaded on and off. That's just going to go with, you know, like when they start operating it more often, you know, those teething problems will get, you know, sorted out. And that's all good, but obviously, like, I'm sure that the music won't stop when they unload people when it actually gets to official opening. But obviously at the minute, the music is going on and off quite regularly. Like, my cycle, I was on the 3rd public cycle. I have no complaints about our operations, but there were some that took a long time. Like the first one took a long time because, of course, we weren't allowed to film. However, a member in the queue did start filming, and so security had to deal with that in making sure that they were deleting the video because, of course, the Pleasure Beach wants it to be their own thing for their own press to reveal. Like, they don't, like, they kind of want that reveal to the public or for those who are looking for it on the Pleasure Beach's official sources. I suppose fair enough. It was a bit of a tough pill to swallow, but I suppose it allowed me to be in the moment and really have that community time. And it was really nice speaking to everyone in the queue. Like, I have no complaints about the actual ride itself or the people, because honestly the sense of community with, you know, many content creators coming out has been genuinely incredible. I've met some amazing people, some very lovely people, and it's always great to come out to opening days and preview days because you have that kind of strong sense there. But yeah, the organisation was a little bit bad, and everyone I've spoken to has kind of backed everyone up on that it could have been improved, it could have been a bit more organised. Like, saw in the hub area, we went from being an organised queue line outside, which we'd formed ourselves, to then being in this huddle waiting for the gates to open. And then when the gates opened, it was just a free-for-all. Like, people who were behind me in the queue ended up being on the first ride, and like that organisation, they could have cattle penned the hub or maybe made us wait on the AstroTurf where Trauma Towers was. But like, other than that, like I say, I can't speak highly enough of the ride. It's a brilliant experience, and like, yeah, I can't get over how intense it is. Like, it's kind of set me back today because I had to get up at 6 in the morning, so like doing that on 5 hours sleep and no food, yeah, it has genuinely rocked me today. So I'm taking it easy this afternoon on the dark rides. Okay, so we're outside the Pleasure Beach shop right now. I think my camera's had another malfunction, which is user error. Hopefully I haven't ruined too much footage with that one. But we're going to go into the flagship store to have a look at some of the merch. Just got a lot of general like 3D printed stuff as well for this merch drop with the snake. Some themed rock cushion if you that way inclined. I imagine that this has been raided. Yeah, it looks very empty. We have duvet sets. The hoodie. Oh, that looks nice. It's a nice soft Sherpa. Is that a blanket? Sherpa fleece blanket. Oh, I might be convinced with that one. I've been wanting a blanket from the Pleasure Beach. And then here we have this lovely dressing gown as well. So there's lots of cosy stuff in this merch range, which I like to see. A lot of people have been wearing these lanyards with their Aviktas First Rider cards. Some magnets. and a couple of pin badges. These are nice. I especially like that one. That looks like the emblem that's at the top of the ride itself. Some nice notepads as well. Wow, these pens are nice as well. I should probably get some prices. Let me just put my donuts down for a second so I can get some prices for you guys. $3.95 for the pins. How much are these lanyards? Oopsie. $3.95 again for the lanyards. That's not bad. And these notepads, these are nice. $8.95. The prices are really not bad for this. It seems really high quality. I wonder how much these pens are, because they don't actually have a price tag on them. That's strange. I'm going to imagine they're a similar price then to the pin badges. I'm expecting these are going to be more than the pins, right? Yeah, $5.95. Not bad, to be honest. And then the hoodie, the Sherpa hoodie, that was £60. This dressing gown is £40. Is that a children's one? Yeah, children's dressing gown, £40. I reckon a short adult could fit into there though, let's be honest. Yeah, there's only one of the blankets left, so I might actually have to sweep that up. And then of course the hoodie is £60. This is, let's roll it over. It's £40, that is not bad at all, and it's super soft. Yeah, this is a really good one, this. I like that a lot. But yeah, the merchandise so far has looked really nice. And, you know, I think the colour scheme just works. It looks really sleek from the skyline, and it's changed the skyline for the better, in my opinion. It just looks really stylish. I really like it a lot. But yeah, I have no complaints with the aesthetic of it. And like, even with the poster that we got, that looks great as well. But yeah, what do you guys think to the new merch for Aviktas? I also just spotted this merch over here. We have some nice tumblers. How much are these? £20, not bad. In two different designs, one with the scales and one with the snake. That's very neat. I quite like that. Yeah, there's some really good merchandise for Aviktas. I couldn't help myself, so I got the blanket and I also got the pin badge of the emblem that's at the top of the ride. Yeah, I had to go for it. I realised what was wrong with my camera. I turned my tripod off by accident. So hopefully all of my clips that I think I recorded have been recorded. But we'll see, we'll see. But I'm going to walk around to the front now, and then I'm going to wrap up this little mini vlog review. Overall, I've really enjoyed the event. I got what I came for. Even though some of the wording was a little bit misleading, and I know some people were disappointed with the organisation, and yeah, it wasn't the best, but thankfully it didn't disturb my day, which is always a win. But yeah, overall I'm really pleased with what I've experienced today. The weather's been nice as well for it. That's always good because, you know, being by the seaside, it can be temperamental. Went on my first ride of the season for the big one because it's just been so windy and I've not had a chance to get on it. But yeah, it's been brilliant today, and it's also not been very busy. When I saw the park at the start, I thought everyone from Aviktas piling into the park would have made it impossibly busy, but no. Icon's been on like a 20-minute wait all day. I waited 6 minutes for Alice in Wonderland, which is unheard of. I didn't do a vlog of the park because I didn't really think it'd be worth it, because in the afternoon I kind of slowed down and just chilled out, enjoyed the weather. And yeah, I think I'd had everything knocked out of me doing that duo of Aviktas and Icon. But yeah, for all of you who are wondering if you should book tickets for opening day or opening week to come ride Aviktas, I think it's worth it. If you're a thrill seeker and you like things like Toxicator, you will probably really enjoy Aviktas. It's great and it's definitely impressive. They've done such a good job with it. But yeah, I'm going to end this video here. I hope you've enjoyed. This was Coast Buddy. Bye bye.